Test, test, test. Good evening, Manhattan, New York City, the world, the universe, and beyond. We got to stay in the frame here, okay? My name is Kirk Kerber, and we are doing last-minute preparations for our spiritual, supernatural, mystical, and magical TV show. Everything is lined up. And what are we going to start with, and what are we going to talk about? Okay. Let me step off camera. Just, am I in that frame? Okay. Here we go. And we're going live. Whew. They say if you master the art of breathing, then you are the master. To master the art of breathing is to master the universe. Okay, so master the universe in 5 seconds. Okay, good evening, Manhattan, New York City, the world, the universe, and beyond. My name is Kirk Kerber, and we're just doing some last-minute touches here on our spiritual, supernatural, mystical, and magical TV show. And we are going out live to over 9 million people. And let's just make double, triple sure. I'd like to thank you. I have not been here for 3 weeks. I was actually, I went out to the West Coast to we are on the HD channel. 1997 in New York City, Manhattan. We are live on. Yep. I'd like to thank you. I have not been here for 3 weeks. I was. Okay. Stay focused. Stay present. Be the shaman. My name is Kirk Kerber, and I'm an interdimensional shamanic healer, and I practice spiritual presence, and I've been reading mystical, magical, and metaphysical books for over 40 years, and I help people. So what are we going to talk about? I'm a little, I haven't been in the hot seat for a couple weeks. What's your reality? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily. Life is like a dream. Life is but a dream. And here we are in the matrix, in the dream. We talk a lot about shifting realities. We talk a lot about shifting timelines. We talk about multiverse theory. We talk about simulations. And we talk about clearing your body and, sitting back and enjoying the ride of planet Earth. It's a planet in transition. We are having something called an Indian summer. It's like 85 degrees outside, and it's almost October. So the warming, it's like the air conditioning is on. I think it's going to stick around. So it's a late summer. Summer's going later. Or the planet's just on fire, and we're all totally domed. And, what are we going to do? I don't know. I think it can change. I don't think it's too late. While I was getting present, before we went live, we're here every week. New York City, 1993 high def, Manhattan cable, 8.5 million potential viewers, as well as at mnn.com on the high def channel. So we have been doing this. It's going into our 16th year. That's over 500 TV shows online, free for love, just for you. And I just check in here every Monday night at 11:30 p.m. live in Studio 4, coming at you to answer your questions, be the shaman, heal the people. And I was given the specific gift after 5 near-death experiences to look and read the Akashic records. That's the entire arc of a person's soul. And I do these soul readings as well as releasing past lives, if they hinder this lifetime. And I've been studying metaphysics for 40 years. Whew. So, having said that, I know I'm dressed like the wrestling coach tonight, but you know, hey, spirituality it's a walk out of hell. And you know, for all you spiritual warriors out there that want to be clean and clear, you know, life. I was speaking to on the phone tonight, doing mentoring, and you know, I just said, look, we're steeped in desire. The planet is full of desire, and it's full of chaos, and really, it's full of pain. And human beings like to attach pain to everything, and I'm not really sure why. And if you're at all empathetic and an empath, or you're a highly sensitive person, or you know, you're dealing with compounded trauma, you know, planet trauma, we're all in trauma, you know, trying to have a good night's sleep and have a good life and be calm. And you know, we didn't start the fire. Transgenerational trauma, drama, and karma, and we're somehow in this matrix in 2019 trying to like slow everything down and stop it, clean it, and clear it. But as your healer, and as I say to my clients, as your spiritual advisor, you know, they say, Kirk, what do you do? What do you sincerely, just what do you do on a daily basis? I wake up and I say, thank you for the breath in my lungs. Thank you, God, whatever God is. Thank you for healing us. And I make a gratitude list. And then I go into spiritual meditation, contemplation, and affirmation for about an hour every day so I can be clean and clear for my clients. I just practice things. First things first, keep the focus on yourself. Hopeful, humble, helpful. And other than that, you know, just try to speak from the heart with your own authenticity. And, you know, you're enough. Whatever you're doing here, you can't miss your destiny. So I wanted to give you that message. You really can't miss your destiny. And I tell my clients that all the time. Like, slow down and breathe. You know, you're trying to find something and your energy is going all over the universe. And I said, you know, what you need to do is call it back. You need to call it back into present time. So we're going to show some videos. And there are over 200 hours since I've done 500 shows. There's over 200 hours, maybe even close to 300 hours of spiritual content. Some of it's awesome, and people say they love it. And some of it's kind of wonky and clunky. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I just had the sincere intention and desire to just speak to people and, you know, go on YouTube and put my videos in and say, hey, I'm here. I'm claiming the seat here. And I don't know, that's about it. So if you're out there watching, you're in pain, you're in fear, you know what? We are steeped in the psychic riot of pain. You know, and you have to kind of go inside of yourself and find the sacred space that can't be violated. So the planet is in transition. I am personally in transition as well. And I've gone back to, professionally, I used the name Kirk Kerber, but I am now going back to my birth name and rebirthing as Keegan. And I'm going to let you know a little secret, only for Kirk Spiritual Shaman TV viewers. Keegan is... it's one of the oldest gods of fire known to humanity. And I chose that name specifically. That name chose me specifically. And it is my birth name. And I'm coming out. I'm coming out of the closet. You know, you can just claim God is all powerful. God is all knowing. God is all seeing. I let go and I let God. Shakti, Shakti, and namaste. You will get the miracle that you need, want, and desire. You will. You gotta, you know, I heard a story recently that I want to pass on to you that we're doing old school mic hookup, so that's okay. You know, the show has always had like a little bit of flaws. But like you know, I don't like wires to show. You know what I mean? That's like my thing. Like, why do we have to have wires showing? But and you know, I step on the wire. So there's a part of me that is a little chaotic and still in trauma. I actually am. I've studied now 3 certifications in 3 different modalities for hypnotism for trauma victims and PTSD, and we don't say a cure. You don't say that, but you do say recovery, and we can get you to a space where your reality is not distorted, and we can stop your central nervous system from being like on fire all the time, like high alert, high alert. Oh, you know, I live in New York City. It's probably one of the richest. I live in Manhattan. It's one of the richest kingdoms, cities ever created in the world. And so many people have so many things, and I just don't, there's no happiness, there's no joy. And it's like, you know, if you go back 5 years, you are the person you prayed to be, pretty much everybody, you know. It's just you can get so caught up in like trying to get the next thing, trying to, you know, I can't get this and I can't get that. And it's really true. Every cloud has a silver lining, and count your blessings. So I am now personally, to my friends and close associates, I go by Keegan Kerber instead of Kirk Kerber, but Kirk is my my professional name, and I studied as Kirk. So we do have multiple selves, and the old Indian Eastern mystics believe that you should have different names at different times in your life because you become different souls. So how's that for a reality? So tonight we're going to check out what? Now I said I have, here's my profile. Let's try and find it for you. Okay. All right, here's my channel, and that's it. Kirk Kerber Healing Arts. And if you want some free spiritual videos, or you can go over to my website. We're here, we're clear, you know, present and clear. Once again, it's really, you know, life comes down to like just a couple little words. Focus, focus, focus. You've got chaos, you've got control, and you've got creativity. Focus, and you know, the master knows that they don't know, and that's why they're the master, because they have the discipline to do the spiritual practice every day. Every day. Every day. I take 1 day off because I believe that that's God's law, to rest. But 6 days a week, I do have spiritual discipline and practice mental focus. When you're doing a law of attraction thing, you know, some stuff materializes instantly, and then others take time. So focus is so important here, you know, especially with all the electronics and all the media and the cell phone all day long. If you focus and you sincerely go toward a goal consistently and persistently, you will obtain it. Time is the factor that makes us all crazy. So patience and discipline means having just simple focus and patience within your body. So there's the talk after me being on the West Coast, seeing Elton John. I was honored to see him. He puts on a sincere, heartfelt show and stands up on the piano, near the piano, and talks to all his fans. Matter of factly, I'm really amazed that you love me and care for me for the last 40 years. And it was really a peak experience. So, now that you know I'm Keegan in my personal life, I'm transitioning into full power, warp to speed. What do you want to look at on the thing here? What do you want to look at? You want to look at, how about the ending of The Matrix? Or The Matrix. Let's start off. The reason why I reference The Matrix constantly is just because it's one of the all-time great shifting reality, simulation, are we plugged into a computer films. You know, it just hit everything dead on for people like me. And, you know, I'm not for everybody. I'm just not. You know what I mean? A very specific type of person comes to me. But when my clients come to me, they get what they want. They either obtain what they desire, or they get the healing of a lifetime, or they get a psychic channeling. And, you know, they find out what's going on with their soul. So, having said all that, why don't we look at just a little video of Keanu and The Matrix, and then we'll discuss. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Enjoy. It's about 4 minutes long.
The must-see hit of the year and launched one of the most successful trilogies of all time, The Matrix. Now, 2 decades later, another sequel is on the way, so grab a spoon, pick a pill, and find out everything there is to know about The Matrix 4.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Though no release date has yet been revealed, we have some pretty good guesses. Variety reported that the new Matrix film is scheduled to begin filming in early 2020. Considering how long it takes to film, edit, and create digital effects for a movie like The Matrix, the release date likely won't be until the summer or fall of 2021. That would be in keeping with tradition. The Matrix and The Matrix Reloaded hit theaters in late March 1999 and mid-May 2003, respectively, while The Matrix Revolutions, shot immediately after Reloaded, made its way to theaters just 6 months later in November 2003, so as to not keep fans waiting for the trilogy's conclusion. Keanu Reeves, actor, officially became Keanu Reeves Legend thanks to his turn as Neo in The Matrix. For most fans, if there's no Neo, there's no point to a new Matrix film. Well, don't worry, because Reeves is reportedly signed on for The Matrix 4. And he'll also be joined by co-star Carrie-Anne Moss, who became a Hollywood sensation as Trinity. So far, though, there's no word regarding the return of other Matrix stars like Hugo Weaving, Lawrence Fishburne, or Jada Pinkett Smith. For now, we'll just have to wait and see. It wouldn't be a Matrix movie if the Wachowskis weren't involved. After turning heads with the stylish 1996 crime drama Bound, Lana and Lily Wachowski made themselves legends with The Matrix in 1999 and went on to co-write and co-direct the entire trilogy. So will they be involved with the new Matrix? For now, the answer is yes and no. While Lily Wachowski apparently won't be involved, Lana Wachowski is set to direct and co-write the script with author Alexander Hemon and Cloud Atlas screenwriter David Mitchell. Warner Brothers Picture Group head Toby Emmerich said, "We could not be more excited to be re-entering The Matrix with Lana. Lana is a true visionary, a singular and original creative filmmaker. And we are thrilled that she is writing, directing, and producing this new chapter in the Matrix universe." One thing conspicuously absent from Variety's August 2019 report announcing the launch of The Matrix 4 was any mention of Lawrence Fishburne's character Morpheus. Variety reporter Justin Kroll later tweeted that this may actually be a hint as to the plot of the film, writing, "If you've asked yourself, where's Morpheus, sources have told me this may point to where and when the film is set, as I've heard execs are looking at a variety of actors to possibly play young Morpheus." Stay tuned on that front. The fact that Morpheus might be played by an actor younger than Fishburne suggests The Matrix 4 takes place in a different time, or in a different timeline than the original trilogy. And it also suggests they've decided to scrap the previously rumored Matrix reboot as well. Yes, it's true. Back in March 2017, The Hollywood Reporter broke the news that Warner Brothers had started preliminary development of a reboot or relaunch of The Matrix. After original Matrix producer Joel Silver approached Warner Brothers with the idea of a revival, the studio reportedly began discussions with X-Men: The Last Stand and Incredible Hulk screenwriter Zach Penn to write a detailed narrative plot outline. The Wachowskis were not involved with that project and no actors were ever signed, but original reports hinted that Warner Brothers would have liked to cast Creed star Michael B. Jordan. Now, though, with director Lana Wachowski and stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss all set to return to the world of The Matrix, it seems as though that reboot project is dead, killed off by the original.
Ironically, this is not far from the truth. Do you believe in fate?
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at...
All right, it's very exciting. And I mean, not just a little bit, but it is truly exciting. I pulled these videos up tonight. I did not know there was going to be, am I in the frame? I did not know these, Lana Wachowski was going to do Matrix 4. It's just something to look forward to. 2021. It sounds so space age, right? When I was a kid, I grew up in the 70s, and like 1984 even sounded, 1999 sounded like, oh my God, it'll never get here. And now we're in 2019 with, you know, people, they actually do have like a little, you know, Jetsons. Everything that was on the Jetsons came true, basically, except with the robot. Just yet, Rosie the robot. So, planet in transition, planet Earth on fire. What are you going to do, planet Earth? Are you going to implode? Are you going to rebirth? Are you going to, you know... the only thing I can really tell you after studying metaphysics for 40 years is, you know, you need to respect and protect all life, and every single living thing has a soul, and you need to respect that those souls incarnated into a physical body for a reason, and you need to respect and protect everything that's innocent. People want to live in a world that has innocence, and innocence is not raped, but they're not really willing to protect innocence. So that's just a little thought in your head. And, you know, if we stop the rape of innocence, then the whole planet wouldn't be in trauma. But, you know, when you smash the lower personality and it gets smashed for you, like in my case, like more times than you can count, 5 near-death experiences, 3 breakdowns, you know, I've been clean and sober over 35 years now. I'm showing my age. You know, Elton is actually 30 years sober. So, what are we doing next? The ending of The Matrix fully explained. You guys want to do that, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Cyberpunk themes, it builds to a trilogy that may have left a few moviegoers a little confused.
All right,
now that we've
Matrix,
got some
guys.
distance from the climactic installment, let's take a look back at the movie's meaning and break down the conclusion. Here's the ending of the Matrix trilogy explained. One major theme that came to the fore as the series reached its conclusion had to do with the similarities between humans and machines. In the original, they couldn't seem more different, but by Revolutions, programs in the Matrix are portrayed as being almost more human than our heroes, loving and happy individuals as worthy of existence as any person. Further, characters from the first film who were firmly human or machine are portrayed in the sequels as having a little bit of both. The similarities go in both directions. Agent Smith, a program, copied his consciousness onto a human form, entering the real world through the vessel of a resistance fighter named Bane. Neo, a human, reached the source to discover that being the One was his destiny because it was programmed into him. The humanizing of the machines and the complementary mechanization of Neo made for a storytelling turn that audiences weren't really ready for. People who saw The Matrix couldn't be faulted for expecting an ending that saw Neo winning by doing his Superman thing and eradicating humanity's robot overlords. Instead, Neo triumphed by becoming a bridge between man and machine, sacrificing his own life for the sake of securing the future.
What do you want? Peace.
He also made Hugo Weaving's head explode, but that wasn't quite as important. One widespread but inaccurate theory about the sequels is that the real world is actually a second Matrix. While the reasons why this isn't true are explained in the movies, they're also relatively easy to misunderstand. The real world isn't another level of the Matrix, but it is involved in another system of control. As the architect explains at the ending of The Matrix Reloaded, each version of the Matrix is propped up in the real world by a controlled rebellion. With each new iteration of the Matrix, a select portion of the population is freed, allowed to live in Zion. There, they help to liberate people inside the Matrix, searching for the One. Finding the One, the human rebels rally behind him, supporting him until they reach the Source. There, the One discovers that they are not meant to destroy the Matrix, but rather restart it. At this point in the cycle, the machines attack Zion and destroy it, killing the rebellion. The One, having reached the Source, is made to choose between either reloading the Matrix and selecting a handful of survivors to build a new Zion, or walking away, supposedly causing a system crash, leaving the humans inside and outside of the Matrix all dead. Up until Neo, everyone made the choice to restart, perpetuating the system of control. Because Neo loves Trinity, he chooses to sacrifice everything to be with her. This is the choice that makes him special.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good.
Sorry about that, guys.
Matrix theory, support it by pointing to the powers Neo is able to manifest in the sequel's real world, being able to see without eyes and exert control over approaching Sentinels. For a lot of viewers, this breaking of the rules almost felt like a betrayal, with the audience having been made to believe that Neo could only manifest his superpowers in the Matrix. But Neo isn't able to destroy Sentinels because he's the One, it's because he reached the Source. Prior to the arrival of the Sentinels at the ending of The Matrix Reloaded, Neo explained that he could feel them before he remotely destroyed them with his mind. By that point, Neo has literally established a connection with everything else connected to the Source, like the machines themselves. He has essentially joined their wireless network. It's why he's able to navigate the Machine City, or see Smith inside of Bane during their fight. Smith is of the machines, connected to the Source just as Neo is. Thanks to that handy conduit, he doesn't need eyes to kick Smith's butt. In the original Matrix, Agent Smith's character was his job description, an agent for the Matrix who aims to police the populace by stomping down any signs of rebellion.
A virus. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet.
After his encounter with Neo, however, Smith begins to rebel himself and becomes much scarier and more powerful as a rogue program than he ever was as an agent. In the second and third movies of the trilogy, Neo and Smith become mirror images of each other, with Neo gaining a connection to the Matrix through the Source, and Smith gaining a connection to the real world through his override of Bane's brain. If Smith is the Matrix's virus, then Neo is his natural antivirus, a connection which the Oracle makes clear during her final talk with Neo. When Neo blew Smith apart at the ending of The Matrix, he made a massive imprint on the program. As part of the Matrix's attempt to, as the Oracle explained it, balance the equation, Smith gained new attributes, overriding everything in an effort to combat Neo. The fact that his spread is destructive to the Matrix doesn't matter to Smith anymore. He's a rogue program now, cut loose from machine control, with his only purpose being to propagate himself. He doesn't know why and doesn't choose to do it. It is, quite simply, his purpose. When Neo arrives at the Machine City, he is met by what is essentially the collective voice of the machines.
Okay, guys.
Well, first he watches Trinity die for about 35 minutes. You remember that fun scene. Anyway, in the Machine City, the
that's it for now. I'll see you next week in the Cyber Temple of Love. Stay strong. Check out my vids. Receive the healing. And I will see you guys next week right here, Studio 4, New York City.
The rogue
in the
Matrix
Matrix
is a mutual enemy of both species.
Shakti,
and Neo offers
namaste.
to handle the program in exchange for one thing: peace. By this point in the story, the machine's usual plan for the Matrix is in utter disarray. Neo, having made his choice not to reload the system upon arriving at the Source, is now in totally new territory. He's already broken the loop, but still needs to accomplish two goals: saving humanity from the machines and saving the machines from Smith. If he fails, everyone dies. There will only be Smith.
If you manage a team, you should be using Monday.com. It's a platform to manage.
All right. Sorry for the interruption in the Matrix. That's it for us tonight. We're off the air, and you can probably find this on YouTube in the past, in the present, or in the future. You know, the weird thing is that all these video and all this content that's been online, it really can never be erased. Even if you like delete it, it's just gonna be there. So for all I know, it's 21:19. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. It's 2119, and you know, it's 100 years in the future, and you're watching me, and this physical body is long gone. I don't know, so I love you, past, present, or future. Thanks for watching, guys. We need to wrap it up already. So, Shakti Namaste. Be well, be strong, stay strong. Thank you.